Hello, and welcome to Spotlight, where the art is fresh and the artists are fresher. If this is the first time that you're tuning into Spotlight, then sit tight, grab yourself a few drinks, snacks, chai, pakode, and whatever it is that you like. Because here I'm going to be talking to a lot of artists from around Mumbai about themselves, about their art, about why did they start doing what they're doing, and a lot of more interesting things. It's going to be like a podcast web series, and you're going to have a lot of fun. So let's get started. Hi Pranaya, welcome to BOT Spotlight.
Hi, Palki.
Very glad to have you. I'm not going to call you Pranaya for the rest of this. I'm going to call you Panna because I'm more used to that. Um, for everybody who knows Pranaya, she's performed and hosted an open mic of BOT, and she's performed at more than one, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
How has lockdown been for you in terms of like writing, and how consistent or not have you been with writing?
right. So I am so inconsistent when it comes to writing. And honestly, the lockdown has surprised me because there is so much more to write, right? And it's funny because being a literature student, you would think I read a lot, but we have so much of syllabus books to read that there's hardly any uh, books that I'm consuming other than that, right? But this lockdown has really helped me change that and understand more of about my writing style and what I can bring out of a normal piece. So I feel like it has helped me a lot.
Wow, that's new because I spoke to our performer before this, Shanvi, and she said that the lockdown has kind of been monotonous for her, which is why she hasn't been finding too many topics like that. But somebody else yesterday said that the lockdown has been amazing. It's amazing to see how it's affecting all of you differently.
Right.
Um, Tell me, what is your process of like writing something new? What's when an idea strikes?
Um,
What happens?
Wow. So my process would be very vague. I don't really. It's funny because I've been writing since the age of 14, 15, but
Hmm.
I genuinely do not have a process. I just usually what happens is a last line for a piece would strike to me, just a line would strike to me, and then I would build an entire piece around that line from beginning
Oh.
to the end. And
Hmm.
usually all of my pieces have a twist in the end, so that
Hmm.
final line is the actual blow. And a lot of people assume that I write it in the end, but it's the first thing that I write. It's like, and funny enough, I learned that this is how crime fictions work.
Oh,
Last year. So they
that makes
find out who
sense.
was murdered and then they work it out through the story. So a writer decides this person is murdered and then they decide how. And I feel like that's what I do with my pieces too.
Oh, so it goes bottom up.
Yeah.
That is so interesting.
Yeah. I
Wow.
guess so.
Okay, so now everybody has spoken about writer's blocks. I want to ask you, do they really happen, or is that just something you guys make up because you don't feel like writing?
So,
A lot of
but
people will get offended by this question. But yeah.
yeah, lots. So what my so I had this teacher who was also a writer, and she was our visiting faculty in college. And she told us that essentially writing blocks are all in your head because you do write stuff, but you keep undermining what you write
Hmm.
because you know you've done better previously.
Hmm.
So anything general that comes out looks and seems like it is very not you, and
Hmm.
then you start undermining it, saying, oh, this is really bad, and oh, I can't come out with good things, because you're so used to coming out with these mind-blowing sort of pieces and metaphors and words, so that when a line just plainly comes in front of you on your keyboard or on your phone screen, your first thought is, oh my god, I have a writer's block because I can't do this. So that's what she said.
Ah.
while I don't completely agree, I do see a pattern there because a lot of people I know do this, including me.
Does it happen to you that maybe like an idea strikes, or like you in your case, the last line strikes or the twist strikes you, and you work on it for a couple of days, and then in the end you just end up chucking it completely because it either did not turn out like you wanted, or you realize that the idea is not really worth it.
Yeah, so pieces like these that I have, since I already told you in the beginning, I write very rarely. I write like once in 4 or 3 to 4 months. So
Hmm.
if there's an idea like this, I keep it aside,
Hmm.
thinking that possibly I could do better with it the next time.
Okay.
Funny enough, the piece that I'm going to read today
Hmm.
is an idea that I wrote 3 years ago, and it's been a piece for 3 months now.
Oh.
It took me 3 whole years to write it.
Oh. So broken thoughts are actually valuable, and consistency may not be the mother of all inventions, at least in your case.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it. This is the first time somebody has said something like this to me. So Pranaya is a returning DOT open mic, now spotlight performer, and I know her as one of the sweetest people that I have met through Ruparel. She is extremely talented. She doesn't just do the spoken and the written word, but she also uses her time to help people get out on social media and make their small idea bigger. And I have recently taken her help to do the same. Thank you again for that. Um, she like she told me in the beginning, she religiously wastes her time, and that's how she manages to be inconsistent but still amazing at whatever she does. And I think that's a quality that I really value, because I'm inconsistent, I am a big procrastinator, and and I'm just trying to make things work for myself. I'm really looking forward to you perform, and then we will chat after you perform.
likewise. A little more than a year into loving each other, I'm going to start by telling you folks a little about this piece. Like I previously said, wrote it 3 years ago, the idea for it, and I finally got into writing this 3 months ago because I had no other option but to write. And it's let's say I have a muse that has inspired me to write it, and it's a piece that's very close to my heart. So I'm gonna start. A little more than a year into loving each other, and we'll see I'm more anxious than content. We notice the frayed hems of our almost perfectly knit love. A while longer, and the jars on the top shelf will suddenly crack open and spill when I struggle to reach them. Your sighs will turn into rushed words laced with shreds of comfort. We learn how to cook storms and storm out of doors in equals. We learn how to find our way back before dusk turns to dawn. We will bend, we will grow. And suddenly, I'll notice that falling in love with you felt like a foreign language on my lips, with its rule book of grammar, but laughing and crying came easy around you. Loving you felt like my mother tongue, easy and as if I was raised to know it like the back of my hand. Falling in love was a timid dance of ingredients on a well plated delicacy I made us. And loving you was the pile load of unwashed dishes with water soaked leftovers lying in the sink that we did together right after. Butterflies may be driven away by fireworks, but we'll keep the wild alive in every kiss we share, every touch, scored on our skins like the burning fire that biles our veins. Our love may grow old and tattered, but it will still feel like a warm hug. Our love will be traced constellations from skies to our bodies. Our love will be rainy skies to blotchy cheeks. It will be starry nights to shining eyes. It will be tamed monsters and quiet whispers. When our love cracks, we let the sunlight in. With the slow breeze and the long walks, we trace our footsteps back to each other's hearts. Every time a cold comes, we'll welcome it with snacks by the fire we light from our love. We'll melt into each other's arms like marshmallows on hot chocolate. When the storm arrives, we let the leaves rustle a while longer, let the wind be knocked out of our lungs, down, drown in vows with safely tied anchors on the shore of our love, on the homes we've built, on promises we've kept. Our love will open up a horizon and cosmos of magic, one window after another into our house. You see, there are many mediocre things in our lives. Our love isn't one of them. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And I especially love how you recite. There is something about how you recite. Like there is a high and a low, and it's not monotonous at all. And you
Thank
do it really
you.
well, really well. So tell me your thought process behind this piece. Like, what was the first line that you wrote for this one?
The first line I wrote was, "You see, our love is a lot of things,
But
but
not mediocre.
okay, yeah, yeah." So the first line I wrote was, "You see, there are many mediocre things in our life. Our love isn't one of them." I think I wrote this after I watched a movie, Me Before You. It's one of my favorite
Yes.
movies. Yeah. If any of you follow me on Instagram, you know that there's a crying session involved every month when I watch that movie.
You watch it
So,
every month?
yes, I do. Diligently. And so yeah, I first wrote these lines when I watched the movie, and I guess I found the muse to finally complete it.
That is so sweet. So, one second. This idea came to you 3 years ago. So, one, you've been watching this movie since 3 years, every month.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
consistency. I don't like it. Uh, and you finally found a muse and you went back to that. How did that happen?
So, like I said, I had these. I have lines written on my phone, on my
Hmm.
diary, lines that I haven't completed on. So when I'm looking for inspiration, I would just go through these and say, oh, can I bring out a piece out of this? Can I? Obviously, there's been work happening on building this piece. There are ideas coming.
Hmm.
There's the marshmallows and hot chocolate by the fire. All these little pieces, and then I just put it together in one piece. And I was like, oh, hey, so okay, this is the new thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's also very new. I did not hear that from anybody about their process. Wow. So how long does a piece take to like finally materialize?
Um, so sometimes it might take longer than a month because I don't have anything. But usually, pieces like these, when I know where I'm going, once I know I have a specific idea in mind, I am very impatient with them. I will not even wait for someone to recheck them. I'll just immediately post them. So pieces like these take 2 to 3 hours in the middle of the night, and I'm done.
Wow. Okay, my last question for you. You said you immediately post pieces.
Yeah.
How much does the Instagram game affect you?
Um, it would previously affect me a lot
Hmm.
because there's importance to feedback, to hearing what your audience thinks about you. But what I've realized it as of right now, I've built an audience base that just comes across to read my pieces because they like what I write in general. And so even at the end of the day, if that piece has 20 comments, I just feel like, oh wow, someone's reading it.
Yeah.
I don't really look at the likes anymore because I know as it is, I'm going to perform it. Or if not, I'm going to perform it for my loved ones. And it's something that gave me peace when I wrote it, because having a thought run through your head over and over again
Yeah.
till it just finds peace is a different sort of feeling on its own.
Yeah. So you do it more for yourself and to calm that part of your brain who's just like,
Yeah.
I need to get out now on a paper. Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially that.
Okay. Okay. It was great talking to you and watching you perform like always. Thank you so much.
Likewise, Pagi. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.